Hello my dear students. In this video, we let's study about importance, limitations of BOP statistics and the relationship of BOP with other economic variables. First, let's study importance of BOP statistics. What is BOP statistics? BOP statistics means a statement that systematically summarizes the economic transaction of an economy with the rest of the world. It is a nothing but BOP statement is called as a BOP statistics. The why BOP statistics important? Let's see. First one, BOP records all economic transactions. What is economic transaction? Economic transaction refers to those transactions which involve transfer of the ownership of goods and services. Such a transaction is called economic transaction. So BOP helps the country helps to record all these economic transaction. Because of that reason, it shows surplus and deficit in a BOP. Then second, BOP statistics of home and host country are very important for government officials, international business managers, investors and consumer. This BOP statement of a home and host country are used by different stakeholders like government officials, international business managers, investors and consumer in order to make their financial decision and for making the or formulation of the policies. These BOP statistics are important for them because these statements are influenced by different economic variables like GDP, employment, price level changes, exchange rate, interest rate, etc. Because of this reason, it plays very important role for these stakeholders. Then next one, monetary and fiscal policy must consider BOP statistics. What is monetary policy? The actions undertaken by a nation's central bank to control money supply and achieve macroeconomical goals that promote sustainable economic growth is called as monetary policy. Fiscal policy means it is an estimate of taxation and government spending that impacts the economy. So, while formulating the monetary and fiscal policy, the government must consider the BOP statistics. Then it indicate financial position of the country. That means the country's ability to buy foreign goods and services, the ability to repay the loan or ability to lending the loan, these are determined by this BOP. Then next one, it indicate inflow and outflow of money supply. The BOP it records all the export of goods and imports of goods and services. It records the unilateral transfers, record the lending and borrowing of loan, like that. It records all the economic transaction. Because of that reason, it helps the country to determine how much cash inflow to the country, how much cash goes out of the country. So it indicate the inflow and outflow of money supply. Then it helps MNC to make decision or measure the growth and health of specific types of trades or financial transactions by a country and region of the world against a home country. MNCs have usually branches in all over the world. So because of the BOP, on the basis of BOP statistics or BOP statement, it helps the MNC to make a decision related to finance. Then next one, it helped to determine the proposition of ownership owned by the foreigners and domestic people. That means here BOP helped the country or helped to understand what is the portion of shares held by the foreigners and the domestic people. It clarify forex reserve held by the country. Forex reserve means they are the assets denominated in a foreign currency that are held by central bank. The foreign exchange reserves include foreign currencies, bonds, gold reserve, treasury bills, and other government securities. So BOP helps to understand the how much reserve or foreign reserve are held by the country. Then it is a basis for evaluating country's solvency. That means it helps to evaluate the credit worthiness of the country. Means how much wealth or funds that country has can be determined on the basis of BOP. It helps in formulating domestic trade policies and foreign trade policies. BOP helps the government to formulate the policies, trade policies related to the domestic trade policy can be formulated and helps to formulate the foreign trade policies. Then it is useful for taking investment decision. Means on the basis of BOP, it helps the investors and government to take a investment decision. It helps in forecasting and evaluating economic and business condition of a country. It helps to predict the country's situation, the business cycle, or on which cycle now country is going through. That can be understood with the help of a BOP. This is about the importance of BOP statistics. Then let's see limitations of BOP statistics. First one, exchange rate risk. That means the risk involved in the exchange of one currency to another currency are excluded in the preparation of BOP. Means this exchange rate risk was not included in the preparation of a BOP statement. Then classification of items. It do not provide correct rule for classifying the item as a autonomous transaction and accommodating transaction. Because of the lack of rules for classification, it do not provide a perfect BOP statement. Then collection of data. Collection of data means data from various authorities become very difficult. This point is not also included in the BOP statistics. Illegal transactions affect the BOP. Illegal transaction usually not included in the BOP, but it has impact on the BOP. So it is one of the limitation. Then comparison of BOP statistics of different countries are difficult. Usually BOP statements are prepared on different accounting principles. For example, India, it records the it records the BOP statement on the basis of a double entry accounting system. USA may follow different accounting principle. UK can follow another rules. So because of the different in accounting principle, it become very difficult for the countries to compare their BOP statement. So these are the some limitation of BOP statistics. Then let's study the last topic of this lesson or this unit, that is a relationship of BOP with other economic variables. A nation's balance of payments interact with nearly all of its key macroeconomic variables. Means BOP has interrelated with the different economic variables like GDP, the exchange rate, the interest rate, inflation rate. So now let's study how BOP and all these economic variables are connected and how they impact on each other. The first one, balance of payment and gross domestic product. Gross domestic product means what? The monetary value of all finished goods and services made within a country during a specific period. This GDP indicates the growth rate of a country. In a static or in accounting sense, a nation's GDP can be represented by the following equation. Means here with the using this equation, GDP can be calculated. C plus I plus G plus X minus M. C stands for consumption spending. I means capital investment spending. Then G means government spending. X is export of goods and services. M is imports of goods and services. So through this equation we can calculate the GDP. Now let's see how BOP and GDP connected. If surplus in BOP, then there is increase in the GDP. surplus means increase in GDP. If deficit, then there is a decrease in GDP. So this is a BOP and GDP's connection. Then next one, that is a balance of payment and exchange rate. A country's balance of payment can have a significant impact on the level of its exchange rate and vice versa, depending on that country's exchange rate regime. That means here BOP can have impact on exchange rate, or exchange rate can have a impact on BOP. But depending upon the different exchange rate regime. Now let's see how the BOP and exchange rate have connected when country has a different exchange rate regime. First one, under fixed exchange rate system, the government bears the responsibility to assure a BOP near zero. That means when exchange rate system are fixed, then government has a responsibility to see BOP in equilibrium position. Then under floating exchange rate system, the government of a country has no responsibility to peg its foreign exchange rate. Here peg means increasing the value of the country's currency. Here government do not have any responsibility to increase the foreign exchange rate value. Then countries operating with the managed floating exchange rate system often find it necessary to take action to maintain their desired exchange rate value. If a country under managed floating exchange rate system, then government has to maintain some desired exchange rate values. Then here let's see how the connection of balance of payment and exchange rate through a equation, that is x minus m plus ci minus co plus fi minus fo plus fxab is equal to BOP. Here x means export of goods and services, m means import of goods and services, ci means capital inflows, co means capital outflows, fi means financial inflows, fo means financial outflows, FXCB means FXCB officially monetary reserves. So if all these items are equal to BOP. Here XM means it is totally we can call as a current account. Current account. Here CI minus CO means it is a capital account balance. FI minus FO means it is a financial account balance, and FXCB means FXCB official monetary reserves. So that equal to BOP means in simple current account balance plus capital account balance plus financial account balance plus FXCB equal to BOP. Then now let's see how BOP and exchange rate are connected. If deficit in BOP, then exchange rate, domestic currency exchange rate decreases. If surplus, then the exchange rate of a country increases. Then next one, balance of payments and interest rates. Apart from the use of interest rate to intervene the foreign exchange market, the overall level of a country's interest rate compared to other countries does have an impact on the financial account of the balance of payment. That means here interest rate has an impact on balance of payment. This interest rate are used for the foreign exchange market, and when comparing the interest rate of the two countries, that also impact on the balance of payment. Here given, for example, relatively low interest rate should normally stimulate an outflow of capital seeking higher interest rate in other countries. That means if India has low interest rate, then the Indian people will invest in the USA, where it will provide the high interest rate. So this is the impact of a change in the interest rate in two countries. If India has low interest rate, then Indian people will invest in the USA. Otherwise vice versa, if India has high interest rate, then the USA people or other countries people will invest in India. This is the impact of interest rate on a BOP. Then see, if BOP is deficit, then low interest rate. If BOP is deficit, then low means there is a low interest rate. Then if BOP is surplus, then high interest rate. This is the impact of balance of payment and interest rate relationships. Then last one economic variable, that is a BOP and inflation rate. What do you mean by inflation? Inflation means increase in the price of goods and fall in the purchasing power. That is a inflation. Imports have the potential to lower a country's inflation rate. In particular, imports of lower priced goods and services places a limit on what domestic competitors charge for comparable goods and services. So, here by having the imports, it helps the country to lower the inflation. So, now let's see how the balance of payment and inflation rates are connected. If deficit in BOP, then there is a high inflation rate. Then if a surplus in BOP, then there is a low inflation rate. This is about the relationship of BOP with the different economic variables. So we successfully completed the unit second, that is the balance of payment. If you have any doubts, please clarify it. Stay safe, stay healthy. Thank you.